Okay. I think it's time we did day 6. Or no, it's not day 6. My bad. Day 5. It's time we did day 5. So we ended day 4 with a little bit of a cliffhanger. And you learned, or we saw a date on carved into the tree next to the picket fence gate that has a 4-digit date in the padlock on that picket fence gate is a 4-digit code. So I'm assuming that those numbers will be the combination to that padlock. So let's go. So we're going to start off by exploring, or verifying that, and then potentially unlocking that area and seeing what that does for us. So that's a little bit exciting. It's, a new kind of progress. It's not necessarily a new room in the mansion, but it's a new area that potentially unlocked for us. So let's hope that that's what happens. Yeah, it's going to start us in the entranceway, and I'm just going to turn right around and leave. Another thing we did in day 4 was we called it a day in the planetarium, which should have given us 2 extra stars. So we should be up to like 6 stars if we find the observatory, then it would bring us to 7 stars and just increased benefits there. In fact, well, yeah, so it shows us we did get the 6 stars. Alrighty. So like I said, I'm just going to turn right around. And I need to remember to hold shift so I move a little quicker. And we're going to go over here. And we're going to go straight to that, past the campsite. Oh, was it past the campsite? Did I go to the right area? Wrong area? Oops. Oh, no, okay, up here. So we go up here. So yeah, see, this tree was cut down, but before the tree was cut down, it had a date carved into it. And yeah, oh, there's a structure. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. All right, that worked. Awesome. I'm assuming this will. Oh, another. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with an extra 20 feet. Awesome. So that's a permanent 20-foot boost. So we will start each day with 70 feet instead of 50. That's cool. Oh, that's awesome. That is great. And now we also can explore this area. And apples give us, if we eat them, give us more feats. So the question becomes, here's more fountains. Or another fountain. I'll make a note of it in my fountain count. Or bird bath, not fountain. You knew what I was talking about. Not. It's not a fountain. It's a bird bath. Again, I don't know that is really. Ooh, we got pipe stuff going on. And here's the thing: we know that there were pipes that go to like that entrance. Ooh, we got a little smoker here. Ooh. So I'm gonna write down some of this stuff. Orchard has a smoking pipe. Brass pipe with wheel handle. Oh, wheel valve. I'll say not handle. Wheel valve. Wheel valve. So I don't know what turning it on or off will do. It's more than one smoking pipe. It's got multiple black smoking pipes. I guess the black smoke is there to drive away insects or bugs, pests, or whatever. Probably. Okay. Nothing in the wheelbarrow. We can't move the wheelbarrow. We've got a little shed over here. Ooh, we've got a little compass thingy. Ooh, oh, we got pipe. Okay, pipe leads to here. Is there pipes that lead? Okay. One of them has a pipe leading to it. The others, maybe we have a underground pipe, but regardless, what happens if I do this? Oh, that will make blue flame appear there? Oh, cool. But not. Okay. I like that it shows us the effect. Okay, awesome. It turns on, off, blue flame at lookout. Cool. Okay. But it also turns on and on off one smoking pipe. Was it? Is that true? Is that a true statement? Was this smoking when we did the valve the other way? Let's try that. I thought it was. Okay, so blue flame goes out. And that is smoking. Okay, so that's a true statement. So we're going to turn this just because that's a change. And we don't know what effect that change is going to have, but some effect maybe. We have a sundial. There's a sundial. I would expect that the sundial shadow is going to change over time. So if it is a puzzle clue, I do not yet know what fashion. This looks like maybe or is this where the mine was leading? Like when we saw that mine, was it just the other side of this wall or something? Oh, and the pipe goes in. I don't know. Oh, all the smoking pipes. So when we turn off that thing, it turns off all the smoking pipes. I don't know what that's going to do. It might be a bad thing. I mean, it might be that we need the smoking pipes on sometimes and we need the blue flame on other times, and who knows? Right? I don't know. I'm just looking around before I go in the shed. Obviously, we're going to be going into the shed. We're going to do that now. Oh, what is that? Looks like a little stool figurine, but it's just kind of stuck there on the floor, and I can't really pick it up. That's odd. I would have imagined that I would be able to pick it up, even if it was unimportant. It's just that's such an odd detail. I don't know what it is. Okay. Gardener's logbook. Okay. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous ground. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, inasmuch as it pertains to horticultural and general tomfoolery. Robert Nogula, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death in the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. So there's I'm pause to take a note. 8 green rooms. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. Okay. So, terrace, patio. I'm writing these down because I'm like needing to remember. Veranda. Morning room. Greenhouse, secret garden. Alrighty. Soil survey. Okay. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from the survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. I suspected the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. Okay, so I'm actually, for what it's worth, I'm like kind of copying down this. Kind of copied down that little map because, okay. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. Okay. After a few months, I don't remember what month we're in presently, like what the current date is. I might be able to find out. Okay. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I've submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda currently in the cloister with the much more appropriate angel, Rena. Okay, so angel with O is Rena. Replacing Orinda. In okay. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Hollow be governed by the paragon of garden? Okay, so it is paragon of gardening. Okay, so Rena is the angel with the hoe, and she's the paragon of gardening. Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. I think she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rena's depiction in the chapel. Okay. So that was a bit of an info dump, which is good. That's good. All right, we learned some things. I have turned off the smudge pots that were keeping the apple trees warm. I don't know if this is a fall, winter month, or summer month. I forget. But now let's move on. So what this kind of tells me, or leads me to believe, I should say, first of all, Yeah, so this is the area that there's a fake wall behind, or manufactured wall behind here. And we don't know how to open that yet. Okay, but so we turned on one blue flame light, right? We still don't know how to open these gates. Yep. So this is not open. Nope. Okay. Um, but let's see what, if any, effect that blue flame light has. But at least my thought was there's a pipe leading to the other side, right? So yeah, down here. So that means that we turned on one pipe to turn this on. We might need find another valve, probably over in that direction over there where we can't get to right now, over in that direction, to turn this flame on. And then I wonder if there are pipes to turn, like if there's flames for here and here as well, if there's pipes on the other side that I can't see. I mean, look at that. There's stuff down there, but it's so vast and sprawling. That's interesting. There's a lot going on in this estate, in this game, right? But there's possibly as many outdoor areas as there are in interior rooms, right? Who knows? But I think we need to spend some time inside day 5. All right, so what are we going to do? What are we going to prioritize doing? Well, we learned that the note that told us that there's more locked rooms on the west side is actually probably a lie. So I probably should concentrate over here a little bit, as well as maybe the center. But we also, according to our map, this is not fertile ground, so it should not be a green room. This is poor, but if we can get up to here, that's rich soil, right? So if we want to kind of work our way and put a green room here, that would be a thing. Okay. It's something to do, right? We need something to do for today, so let's have a little mini goal. Yeah, nice hallway works. Yeah, see, because this is red, I think it's a lie. Okay, we know this corner is poor soil. We don't have any gems yet. This is free to pass through, and it gives us a bedroom, and sometimes we get benefits for having bedrooms. So let's do that. Ooh, just a random gem. We like ourselves a random gem. We're not promised anything, but we got a random gem. This is the one that completely barren. Oh, well, we don't have an option in the green room anyway. Pantry would lead us back around. Chapel is chapel's fine right now. We can do a chapel. Now, here, this is supposed to be, we have a gem, so if we get the option to put in a green room, we probably should. Because this is supposed to be rich soil, is what we were told. We did not get an option of a green room. Oh well, we tried. It's the only rich one on this side. We'd have to go to the other side for another rich. Okay. I'm gonna pantry because I don't want a dead end right now, so I'm gonna pantry. We get coins, a banana, which is worth what, 3? Yep, 3 feet. Okay. And now, whenever we draft a bedroom, gain 5 feet, but it would dead end us. This will dead end us. This does not dead end us, but it doesn't let us advance up. So really, I'm fine to dead end here because I'm going to have to like kind of come back around here anyway. So it's fine to be a dead end right here, I think. I don't want to spend my only, even though this is a good benefit, I don't necessarily want to spend my only gem right now. But you know what? We haven't done a nursery. We've done. Let's do rooms we haven't done before, just because we've then unlocked new rooms, right? And that's its own thing. So fine, we'll do a nursery. And we'll use our only gem. So we've got the nursery. And we'll explore the nursery. We might have a little book we can read, but I'm just like looking at all the other objects, making sure I don't miss any puzzles or other objects. Ooh, we've got a lucky rabbit's foot. Greater chance of finding items. That's cool. That's cool. And the Red Prince. Ooh, well, the name of the game is Blueprints. So, Red Prince. I like it. There was a Red Prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. Personal note, I don't personally like the color red. I like green and blue and brown and black and white, but not red. That's just me. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. Okay. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book, turn his eyes down, if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy and whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed. Maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. Okay. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince in his book. The red book we just read. Ooh, Inception. Inception. Cool. All right. So now we've got an extra benefit if we draft a bedroom. It's not enter a bedroom, but if we draft a bedroom, we get an extra 5 feet. Took a coin away from us again. That's right. There's no reason to come back around to go over here, so we're just going to go this way. It then would give us a gem, but it would also dead end us right here because, it would dead end over here and it would lead back to the hallway. Commissary requires a gem. Corridor. Corridor moves us through here, but we can get to here anyway. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do the den because the commissary we can't do. Corridor would block this off and just take us over here, but we can already get over there. It's more feet, but we can already get over there. And this gives us a gem. All right. So we're going to get the promised gem, but we want to look around and make sure we don't miss anything else that... Ooh, there is a trunk. Okay, so... I'm going to make a note that the den has a trunk that we'll probably have to come back for. So we'll go hallway, and then back to the entrance, and then we'll kind of maybe I guess we'll go straight across for the moment. We'll do a little bit of east wing stuff. Luke will give us a key. Always like a storeroom. It gives us a bunch of stuff. Does dead end us, but that's maybe fine. I think that's fine. We can dead end here because I don't really need to get over here. If we were trying to grow stuff, this would be per soil per our little map here. So I don't really need to get over here. It does mean that the only way we can progress is through here. That's a risk, but I'll take the risk, I guess. I don't know, folks. I might be making a bad choice, and it might be a short day 5, right? I think that's all the things. Okay, here's hoping that I don't get 3 dead end options. I do have 2 gems, so I can afford to pay for a room, pay the draft room that requires a gem. Ooh, courtyard. It's in the middle though, and we want it on the edge, right? But wait a minute, courtyard's not in our list of ones that must be on the edge. So courtyard does not need to be on the edge. Okay. Don't want to dead end us. Spare room's useless. We're going to do a courtyard. Now I cannot dig up this. Oh, there's another trunk. I can't dig up this. All right. Oh, but I do have a key. So I could spin the key on the trunk, but we won't do that just yet. In case we needed to unlock a room, but we can come back for trunks. I will try to progress over here because if I can get to there, if I can get here, this is good soil. Good soil. This is rich soil, but if I can get here and just maybe, get another green area. So. Drawing room requires a gem, then I'd have no gems. Plus, if I put the drawing room there, it blocks us off from progress. These are all going to block us off. No, wait a minute. We could get over here with the drawing room. That would block us. That would block us. This would give us 15 more feet because I would get 5 extra feet when drafting it, and then we would get 10 feet for it. But then we're all back to our hopes and dreams are on one entrance. So even though this is going to cost me a gem, I'll go ahead and do the drawing room. Okay, so what we're going to do before I'm going to actually use a key to unlock this trunk. The reason being is that we have no more gems, and the drawing room will give us a choice of a redraw here or a reroll. But if we get something that requires a gem, I wouldn't be able to do it, and that's not a great proposition. So I'm hoping that I'm going to spend the key to get a gem. I did get a gem, and I got a key card, which is good because if we get key card rooms, we can get through key card rooms. Okay, but now that I have a gem, I'll go back through the drawing room and see if I can get something good here. I'm basically still just playing with the mechanics of the game, like figuring out the rules of what's profitable or not. How good are green rooms? How important is it to have them on good soil versus poor soil or rich soil or whatever? Don't want that. The nook would lead us in the wrong direction. The billiard room would lead us in the correct direction. Because I'm fine to go up and the billiard room is going to give us more stuff. So I'm fine with the billiard room. I'm not going to actually redraw here. Because this is supposed to be good soil as well. If we can get even one higher, then that's rich soil. So I'll just go ahead and do the billiard room. Yeah, not the new. And then we're gonna look around, just make sure it doesn't give us anything else. Nope. Okay. Go over here. Oh, and it's plus, minus, times, divide. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna do 20. And then this is 9 plus 1 plus 6. So that's 16. This is 1 plus 18 is 19. Subtract 17 is 2. This is 10 minus 4 is 6 times 3 is 18. This is 6 minus 3, which is 3 times 2 is 6. And we get a key, we get our silver key. Yeah. Unlocking the door with the silver key leads to a room with many doors. Nice. And then okay, we did not get the option of a green room, but we could do the corridor, and then this one, if this is a green room, would be on rich soil. So we'll do that. I'm passing up 2 items, I realize. Might be a mistake, but I kind of got a little bit of a goal today to kind of like explore this new fertile soil green room situation. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. I'm on 34 steps. Okay. Ooh, we can get greenhouse. You are more likely to draw rooms while drafting and does require a gem. But it is a dead end. It is a dead end. I'm going to do it. I don't think we've had one of these before. Oh, what's this? This looks like a thing goes here. Maybe some sort of puzzle. I don't know. Or lever. This is where you put. Okay. The greenhouse has broken access lever. So yeah, so this is showing that I'm interpreting this that this is the antechamber, and this lever would unblock that entrance to the antechamber, but it looks like it's broken off. But that's good to know. Maybe we can replace it or fix it or something. Ooh, that is super useful to know. Get ourselves a sledgehammer. Awesome. We can go back and do that trunk in the den we passed on earlier. I'm going to look at this sheet music. It'd be nice to get a shovel. I might run out of steps before I can get some of these things, but starting tomorrow, I have 70 step space, which is nice. So 2. to dirt piles. Okay. And let's take a look at this. Is this a thing? Don't think so. Okay. Green sheet music 5. The trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin, so toss away these sheets you find a worthy trade. Interesting. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin, so toss away these sheets you find a worthy trade. Maybe gonna have to write this whole. Well, I don't want to write the whole thing down because I don't write quickly, but I'm gonna write the last part. Sheets you find a worthy trade. Okay. And sheets is bolded. Okay. So that sheet has a 5. And it's green. This whole thing is green, so this is like truthful, I think, versus like the red notes are false. We were told the green notes are, or maybe we were told the blue notes are truthful. We were told the green memos in Hartley's room are always false. This is a green music sheet. It's not in Hartley's room. Were we told that blue or green sheets were true or false? Blue memos are true, red memos are lies. Green memos in Hartley's room are always false. This is a green music sheet, so it doesn't apply to any of those memo rules for true or false. Okay. So I'm going to take it at face value at the moment. All right. It's an interesting room. I'm glad we drafted it. Okay. But now we need to go all the way back. I'm going to go all the way to the den and break open that trunk before I go through the courtyard. I realize that it's a waste of steps, but it is what it is. Because then I think it's less of a detour now than it would be later. Like if I went all the way up here and then decided, oh, I need something, I have to come all the way back to the trunk. I think that'd be more of a detour. So I think it's less out of our way at the moment to do this now. And I generally need the resources from trunks. I generally need whatever resources I can get. Break that open. Ooh, we got a compass. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Nice. And ooh. So we're given a route. And we are told to go dot 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 dot. Interesting. Interesting. Like it's a treasure map or like a significance map. It's like go this way. I don't know from here whether you're supposed to go this room or this room, but it's like go this way and then get to here. That's interesting. Okay. So something significant there. And we have the compass, which lets us do draft rooms to the north more frequently. Cool. Okay. So according to that map, X marks the spot. It would be boom, 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 boom. So X marks the spot right here. X marks the spot right here. So if I can get up and go over, we can see maybe what that's about. Okay. No, we don't want to go to chapel. We want to turn around and go back to the hallway. We have only one way through, and that's through the courtyard. And just kind of hope. We do not have a gem. So we cannot do the secret passage. Parlor's not helpful. Nook's not helpful. Folks, are we dead-ended? From the parlor, Nook could give us a key. Parlor could give us a gem. But we have no more area to build rooms. Don't have a reroll. If only I had a gem right now. If I had a gem right now. Oh, if I had a gem right now. I could do the secret passage and we would not be blocked, but I don't. I think we're kind of hosed. It looks like we're hosed. We have this compass that says, more probability, leading north, and I guess that would go north if only I had a gem. I'm out of gems. need to keep my gem count up. And yet this was like a decent use of a gem, I think. This, well, we didn't really have an option here. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. Darn, darn, darn. Yeah. Yes, I will do parlor. We're gonna get gems that we're not gonna be able to keep because we're gonna have to call it a day. And this box is the middle box. That is a false statement. The gems are in the middle box. True or false? This box is the middle box. That's false. So therefore, by process of elimination, this must be true. And you see, now I have the gems. Now I have the gems, but I don't have any more place I can draft. Well, that means I guess I just go back outside with my remaining feet. There's no room in here that gives us a benefit for ending the day here. So I'll just go back through the entrance hall, go back outside and mill around until the end of the day. I don't have a shovel with which to dig up the dirt stuff. Man, I'm feeling so bummed about this. All right. We gambled on having only one way forward, and it backfired on us. We'll make a wish just because I don't know what it does. Okay. Maybe if we make wishes so many times, something will happen. Who knows? We're going to go over here and just try to open this gate again. Like, I don't know what mechanism would open that for us. Maybe something that we have to unlock inside. Bummer, 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 bummer. We turned on one light. I don't think I have anything that I can... I mean, look, I have a key card, I have a silver key, I have a sledgehammer, I got a lucky rabbit's foot, I've got a compass, I got a treasure map, and none of that matters. None of that matters because I can't draft any more rooms. I can't. I guess I can't light these torches yet. There's torches over here, but I can't light them yet. This is a torch. And then there's another torch over here. It's really dark. It's hard to see. It's very faint. So I can't get through here or see to pick up anything of significance over here. I've said before that I think this might spell out a word. I just don't, I'm not sure what word. Something, oh, like maybe that's a, I mean, that could be an I, but this is like an L or a J, or I don't know. And this is like a Q or G, or who knows. Okay. All right. Sledgehammer's not going to let me through there. Come back over here. Oh. Well, we'll have more steps in day 6. I mean, I've got the information about the fertile soil and all that, so, and I've got the treasure map, and unless that changes, I mean, I've got it jotted down what the treasure map says, unless that changes. I don't think there was anything really more to discover in this area, but we'll take a look. Don't know if I should leave the smudge pots off or on. I'm going to leave them off at the moment. They'll probably start back on again tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if that will reset or not. We'll find out. So right now I'm just going back to my campsite. I can't think of anything else to do. All right, we're gonna have to call it a day. Mount Holly, quaint cottage. Total rooms 15, rank reached 4. Steps taken 45. New rooms 2. Okay. We're going to save and quit. This was the end of day 5.